Hi dear all Espresso TV freaks, we are now here, two ladies and one gentleman, a small one, okay, and yeah, so the reason why we are here, we did some barista seminar and of course we introduced the, let's say, twin sisters, okay, the one is the Superoro and the Espressobar.
Esatto.
And they are now in a HQ, which means high quality.
High quality, yes. We have improved the package of our twin blends, which is the main production of Caffè Cagliari, and we're talking about Superoro and Espressobar. That's the reason why Marcus and I call it the twin blends. It's because they are pretty much the same, but there is one tiny difference inside the blends. So we are talking about,
what is the difference?
90% Arabica, 10% Robusta in the Superoro.
Yeah, 90-10, yeah.
And then we move to Espressobar, which is 80-20.
Okay.
So we are talking about just a 10% difference in terms of Arabica, but the resulting cup will be noticeable because what we decided to change is actually in the percentage of the Arabica coming from Africa and South America.
Okay.
Which means that Superoro will come out a little bit more delicate, more fruity, with a tiny bit of acidity on top, and it's such a more delicate and lighter blend.
Yeah.
The Espressobar instead will have less percentage of Ethiopia and Colombia compared to Superoro, which will give it more character in cup.
Okay.
Talking about persistency, talking about intensity, talking about chocolatey aromas as well. So the Espressobar will come out more like an Italian traditional blend.
Yeah, okay.
That will mix very, very well with milk as well, because we will have less acidity in the Espressobar and a tiny bit of bitterness.
Okay.
Which is good. Like bitterness, it's not bad. Bitterness is natural aroma in coffee. It's natural taste in coffee.
So
as long as it's balanced, of course.
It's good. So about balance, what about the balance in the cup? Can we make a small test, a small comparison?
Of course, we can talk about coffee all day long, but the most important thing is to try it.
Yeah, my motto is express yourself. So now we express ourselves, okay?
Perfetto.
And my idea is in the first we do two doubles, and then at the end bottomless.
Perfetto.
Because I like the bottomless filter holder, it has a little bit more quantity. And you
don't separate the extraction, that's another important part. The naked bottomless filter, you don't have, of course, the two sprouts that will separate the crema, and in this way you have a more homogeneous extraction. And the aromas, of course, will be more even. In the cup.
Cool. So, but we start with the double spout.
We'll start with the doubles, and every time you do a tasting, make sure you start with the blend or the origins or whatever, like most likely the blend, that's got more Arabica inside. Because the Robusta will be a little bit more intense, so you always want to try the more aromatic blend. In order to feel all of the aromas, to have your mouth ready for the aromas.
Cool. Filter holder should be clean.
Esatto.
So,
Thank you. Dankeschön.
Bitte schön.
We'll go with the Superoro. We have, of course, we have already set up dosage and grind size and everything.
More or less,
More or less. The filter is clean. We get coffee.
Cool.
We move on to the next step, which is leveling.
No, first we ask ourselves how much coffee is in there. Like we wait, we just do a check, this is 0, just more or less that we are in between 15 and 16 gram. That's, So When it's a little bit wet, then of course it's a little bit sticky, which doesn't matter. Yeah.
Like it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, easy.
In order not to lose any dosage, if you want to wait.
Yeah.
Perfetto.
16.5. Cool.
You've got a range of dosage that you can use. And the most important thing is that you taste it. Because sometimes you'll probably like a coffee better with a little bit more coffee inside, and that's okay.
Cool.
Then we level the coffee out just by using our hand, and then also by using a coffee distributor. We put it on top, we just swirl it. Just keep in mind that the coffee distributor doesn't press it down, it just levels the coffee puck, and then you always need to press it down.
Cool.
Voila.
Clean, yeah.
Perfetto.
Super.
We clean the group as well.
Nice.
Perfetto. We insert delicately as possible.
Yeah. Haha, yeah. And now the cup. We have now here the Superoro, correct?
Esatto.
And now we have 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Bam.
Yeah, enough. So how can we define now this coffee? The extraction.
Most important thing to notice is that the crema, the texture of the crema, it must be smooth, very, very silky.
Yeah.
No bubbles on top of it. You've got the tiger stripes, which is the Arabica expressing itself during the extraction. By just looking at it, this is a good extraction, but we always need to taste it. So we give it a good twirl, we break the crema to have a more balanced drink. Zumbol.
Yeah, Zumbol. So it's no Prosecco, it's Espresso, okay?
That's what we say to the camera anyway.
Yeah. So, cool.
Buono. This is what you expect from a Superoro.
Yeah.
So it's quite velvety, medium body, very like a tiny bit of acidity that you feel here on the side of your mouth.
Yeah.
But most of all, what we expect from this blend here is this caramelly flavor.
Yeah.
You have in the back taste.
Okay.
After you swallow it keeps working in your mouth, and you get this very, very vanilla and caramelly flavor out of it, which comes from, of course, the Central and South American origins.
Okay. So now we have here, let's see. Yeah, 16.6, so it's almost the same. So we have the same weight, but of course 2 different grinders and maybe a little bit different grinding degree. That's always possible, so that there is a certain difference.
And there's also a difference because it's a different blend. So of course it resists to the grinding in a different way.
Yeah, leveling, tamping. I flushed the group already.
Perfetto.
Yeah. Bitteschön. So,
boom.
Circ. Yeah. And what do we see? Yeah, here the grinding degree is not optimum.
It's struggling a little bit, so it might need to go a little bit coarser.
I will now go a little bit coarser. A little bit.
Just a little bit, yeah, it doesn't need to be changed that much.
Yeah, just a few millimeters, not much. Okay, I do. Just towards coarse, just a little bit. So then I remove, of course, the retention.
It still looks pretty good.
Yeah, but still, I want to check, you know. So we are now at the end of our barista training, which went quite well. And so let's see how much we have. And the difference now, let's see the difference. If there is any difference or if there is no difference, it's 15.8, so I take a little bit more just to be in comparison. So it's 16.3.
Benissimo.
Is okay. So now we do like this. Yeah. 0.1 gram went at the side. So now I leave it up to you.
Thank you.
Leveling and tamping. Yeah. And I'm the caretaker for the cups. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, so much
And
better.
as you see, there is really with just a few millimeters of changing the setting of the grinder, the result is different. Now is cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now I think we can stop.
Perfetto, perfetto.
Wow, yeah. So, and here we have the 80-20.
We can already see a little bit of difference just in terms of color. It's slightly darker, and not like it won't be a huge difference as I mentioned before, because they are almost twins. You know?
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a difference in terms of the percentage of Arabica.
Okay. Ah.
Mix it first, because
Yeah.
on top of the crema you get a lot of bitterness and a lot of caffeine.
Yeah. How fast you should drink an espresso? Within 1 minute or?
Well,
2
you don't.
minutes, or?
Maybe 1 minute, I
Yeah,
would say. 'Cause
okay.
This is already. It's like the roasting process keeps on going once it's in cup. So it keeps on getting
Wow.
bitter and bitter and bitter.
Yeah. This is I would call the typical Italian bar miscela.
But you got these very dark
Wow.
chocolate aromas out of it. And you get a little bit of dry nuts as well that I didn't get in the Superoro.
Yeah.
Because the Superoro is a
Yeah.
little bit lighter and towards the sweet acidic side.
Yeah.
This has got more body to it. I can taste it in my palate. And the back taste is more towards dark chocolate.
Yeah, and this is more, in my opinion, for cappuccino.
Assolutamente. Assolutamente.
It's the cappuccino.
The more bitter, the more bitter the blend is, the better you will go with the fats of the milk. Because of course,
Interesting.
full fat milk is rather
Yeah.
sweet, and it balances the bitterness of the coffee really, really well.
Okay, cool. So then we do a little bit of cappuccino test. So therefore with my matza grinder, I put a little bit more. So yeah, that's now enough. And here again, here we go again. So we can take, for example, the big one, okay? And here, of course, yeah, cleaning and looking for the milk. Here is still some, but it's cold enough for you.
It's still cold enough. It's still cold enough. Just make sure that the milk is never room temperature.
Yeah, because room temperature, then it gets really ugly. And what we use here in terms of milk is the, I just do, I help you.
Grazie.
It's the above 3% fat and above 3% protein.
Esattamente.
And how you define the quantity, isn't it a little bit much?
The milk jug express itself, let's say that.
Yeah.
It gives you indication how much milk you need. You need to stick to the bottom, to the beginning here, or just slightly below that level. This is the quantity for 2 cappuccinos and maybe also a macchiato.
Yeah, okay. So in principle we can use a little bit less, and this is the maximum. So before we flush, yeah, and now
First, and then this is how I operate. I divide the milk jug into 4 quarters, and then I decided it doesn't matter if you want to have it here or all the way back, as long as you have it closer to a 45 degrees angle.
yeah,
And you want to start touching the surface of the milk first, creating the crema. Once the milk gets really quiet and silent, then you insert the steam wand and you work on temperature.
Okay, cool.
Are we ready?
We are ready, yeah.
2, 1. Now I'm creating the crema.
And now you go deeper down.
The milk gets quiet. I know that the temperature is ready when I can't hold the milk jug anymore.
Okay.
That's a very old school indication when it works. Just make sure you don't burn the milk, because the taste of burnt milk will destroy every cup.
Now we do the espresso. Is it okay when the milk stays for 1 minute?
Absolutely, absolutely. We want to have the milk to set for a little bit, so that then we can work it perfectly.
And then now we look for the extraction of the bottomless. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's coming good together. There is not a big channeling. Now it's joining together, Yeah, that looks good. That looks really good. So we did more or less a proper distribution of the coffee.
Oh yes.
What means oh yes?
Oh sì.
Oh yes, so here we have oh yeah, and the oh yeah, how to describe the oh yeah?
This is the perfect extraction. We could have stopped it a little bit earlier just to avoid that white bit on top of the crema.
Okay.
Because that means that the coffee was getting towards an over extraction. And an over extraction brings bitterness to the cup.
Yeah, but
it looks amazing.
It looks cool. Yeah. Of course, we are not perfect.
Do you
and now
do the
me,
the milk?
yes, of course.
Now we work the milk first.
So we see some mountain on top. Here it means that the foam and the liquid itself is separated. So therefore we try to homogenize the milk and milk foam mixture, and we see the homogenization success when it gets a little bit silky. Okay, and here we have also a second jug, this one here. So then we can
get
put
rid of
half of the content inside for the second one, let's say.
As long as we get rid of some of the extra crema.
Exactly. So here we distribute a little bit the crema, and still don't forget to homogenize here the milk. Okay, so now we can do a little bit, put the cup here, and then
you prepare your painting, and then you paint.
Yeah, and whatever texture it will be, you can do tulip, you can do heart and whatsoever. So with the second shot, of course, we could do theoretically or practically heart. And then, Giulia, then it's your turn of the heart. Maybe with the same milk. You think it's possible?
I'll use the same milk, yes, of course.
Okay, cool.
We don't like wasting.
Okay, so here it looks a little bit messy, but this is normal when you work. It's always coffee powder spreads around, so this is a very normal way. And see how Giulia coordinates everything is really cool. And here the 2 espressi coming out. Wow, really good.
Really good, really good.
So,
good caramelization.
What do you think is the most important in the way of working with such a machine and a grinder and the coffee?
The most important thing is that you keep your product as fresh as possible. So even when you do a cappuccino, you can either steam the milk first and then do the cappuccino, or you can work it at the same time. So once you have your coffee pouring down, you can move on the side and steam your milk, so that you have, like, the elements are as fresh as possible. Exactly what Marcus said, we break the crema first. We keep mixing the milk because milk separates really fast.
Maybe a bit too much inside the jug, or what do you
Or
think?
we can always stop.
Yeah. And now?
And then the heart is really easy because you just keep on pouring. You go towards the center and then you close it.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Super. Yeah. And just remember, nobody is perfect, okay?
No.
And I'm nobody. No. Of course not. Yeah. Yeah, this is now. Okay.
Now I've just destroyed Marco's cappuccino.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. So now I will test. You will test.
I can't drink milk.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Then it's up to me. Okay. I do.
It's all for you. It's all for you.
So when you see the lips changing in color, then you know the cappuccino is tasty.
Absolutely.
And when the cup is too big and the nose too long, then you look a little bit, like our chancellor, okay? Yeah, so what the fuck, okay? So enjoy, and now we go for lunch, okay? Now it's
And
time
wine.
for lunch.
Basta
Yeah,
coffee.
okay,
Basta
grazie.
coffee.
Okay,
Ciao.
okay, ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.